Hi, I'm Jeremiah Letourneau, and you're watching Guide to Adventurous Living. On today's adventure, we're hiking South Dakota's highest point.
I survived the dinner, and the air went thinner. I retired to the briars by the pool, it gets so loud. If I die this instant, taken from a distance, they will probably list it down among other things round town. Got my rings around me, I got a baby to pound me. I see stars and go weak, my baby cries and lays me down. In the skies over black Venice, I see eyes of a white menace. The surprise of the week is that I never heard the sound. All the LA women fall asleep while swimming. I got paid to fish them out, and then one day I lost the job. And I cried a little, I got fried a little. And she laid her eyes on mine, and she said, babe, you're better off. I got my rings around me, I got a baby to pound me. I see stars and go weak, my baby cries and lays me down. In the skies over black Venice, I see eyes of a white menace. The surprise of the week is that I never heard the sound. Tunnel vision lights my way. Leave me a little life today. As the free fall advances, I'm the moron who dances. I was teething on roses, I was in Guns and Noses. Under the withered and white skies of humiliation.
So, as you can see, we have made it actually out to South Dakota. A couple of the things that we've already seen is Mount Rushmore. We drove by that, and now we have Crazy Horse behind us. Both of them are sculptured by, essentially they stick dynamite down there, blow it, and a guy goes down there and chisels it out, either with a big tractor or with other tools and stuff like that. So the guy let us down here just so we could see it. We're not going to go up there, which is not the main mission of today. Our main mission is to hit Black Elk Point Peak, which is the tallest point in South Dakota. But since we're in South Dakota, we had to stop by and see this, so pretty cool.
Tunnel vision lights my way. Leave a little life today.
So it has begun. The hike up to Harney Peak, or otherwise known as Black Elk Peak. We are on the trail, and so right off the bat, we pull up and we're gearing up and loading our bags, and a guy pulls up right next to us, and he asks us where we're from, and we're like, oh, Minnesota. He's like, oh, I'm from South Dakota, but I grew up in Minnesota also, in a small town called Hinckley, and we're like, no way! We're from Hinckley too. And he was like, well, actually, like, I'm actually out east of town. And we're like, oh, like Cloverdale? Yeah. And we're like, that's where we live. And he's like, well, like, it's actually, it was an old tree farm, and that's Bork's Tree Farm, and he knows all our neighbors, and just like, what are the chances that, you know, the day we're out in South Dakota, we're hiking Harney Peak, and the guy that pulls up right next to us, out of 7 billion people, 7 million? 7 billion? 7 billion people. That the one guy,
A few million people in South Dakota,
literally pulls up right next to us, and he's from our same hometown, and he knows everybody. So it's just cool. You never know the people you meet out here. So.
clay. If I was a gambling man, I would worry. She was the same.
Hey, so we're at the top where it splits between Harney Peak and Little Devil's Tower, and we're just now coming out to a great view. And you know, the actual cool thing is we are starting to be above the clouds. And I don't know if you can really tell, but right back there is the rest of the mountains out there. And as you can see, it's kind of foggy in a sense, and so that's because we're in the clouds. And I'm not exactly sure what the elevation is that we're at right now, but I know that Harney Peak gets to about 7,000 plus. I'll tell you guys towards the end. But we're pushing strong. It's hot out today, and we're trying to push strong, try to get there, because from here on up it's 4 miles. But we're sitting at a good pace. So.
Got my life running out of my pocket. I thought I would be safe.
While you're out in the woods, you might have to start a fire once or twice. So here's a few tips on how you can start a fire out in the woods. First thing, you want dry tinder. You don't want anything that's wet, that has any moisture, because obviously it can't light. So something good that you can use is pine needles. Often if you're in the woods, you can find pine needles, you can find dry leaves, and here's one really good tip. It's a thing called grandfather's beard. And on some trees, it's a type of moss. And it looks just like this. This is called the grandfather's beard. And you can collect a whole bunch of this, and this lights super easy, and you can hold an ember. So then when you get an ember in there, you can blow on it, and it'll blow right into smoke. You could save your life, and who knows, maybe you make s'mores.
I understand now. It is a fear of falling, it is a fear of heights. Only direction you can fall is down, down, down. Think that it is time.
So we're about 20 minutes in. We're coming out to some great views.
In my pocket, I thought I would be safe if I just didn't stay.
Well, we made it to top of some other peak. We're still on our way, but climbed up on this ridgeline just because look at this view. Honestly, it's gorgeous and literally just wraps all the way around.
So I got myself on the first plane to the first place. You would not look for me, and I hope that you can see. And I pray to God you will never find me, and I will explain to you why. Well, I will be spilling out pennies and dimes. I'm leaving now, leaving now. Pennies and dimes.
You see it. The nice thing is it's right in the distance. There's this great big tower that we're gonna climb, and it's an observation tower there. But it's not like all the other observation towers. This one's actually built like out of big stone, and like imagine just all the hard work that it was for someone to come up here and build that forever, whoever knows how long ago. It might stay up there. But as we're hiking, we saw another couple, and we asked them, hey, where are you from? And they're like, oh, Minnesota. So I feel like there's a trend here. There's gotta be something about those Minnesota people.
Right next door.
Yeah, they literally love right next door. They love the outdoors. So, when in doubt, find a Minnesota person. They'll want to take you out somewhere. And who knows, maybe even take you out on a date.
Lying, a dreamer dreaming beside me. The city sirens keep me awake, and I know I'll see you again in the long run.
And we we are almost to the top. We're about a quarter mile away. This is just kind of one of the nice overlooks that you get right before you get to the top. Local interesting fact is right over there, there's a big flat rock over there, and that's actually the backside of the Mount Rushmore. So it's kind of cool, you know. We drove in on the front way, and now we get to see it on the way out. And we're not even at the top. We still got quite a bit more to go. We still got to go way up there, and then on top of that is a great big tower. So you're almost to the top. About probably another 10 or 15 minutes.
Be lovers, 'cause I'm still afraid of leaving the things I love dearly.
So as I was telling you guys earlier, there's two people that we met earlier at the very beginning, and said he's actually from Hinckley and actually knows everybody from Hinckley as well. So this is them. Let's see if I can get you guys.
Oh, we're in the...
So where do you guys live right now?
We live in Adventurous, South Dakota.
And what's your guys' name again?
Steve and Roberta McCullough.
Well, and it's an absolute pleasure, and I told him, you know, honestly, if he swings by, they're totally welcome for supper.
And I know I'll meet you again in the long run. But I can't be married, you take me away from everything that I love dearly. And we can't be lovers, you'll take me away from my home. My home. My home.
As you saw in previous pictures, it's an absolute beautiful view. You can tell we are just starting to get into the atmosphere where clouds are getting lower, so we're not quite in the clouds, but we're starting to get in it. But to relax, we're spending like the next 2 hours eating, and then probably going to take a nap, or at least try, because we're pretty exhausted, just because of the drive. So we're eating and relaxing, and it is quite the view.
I wish for less of what you want and more of what you need. I wish upon you an old life with a heart that stays young. But most of all, I wish upon you love. I wish upon you truth when all you feel is doubt. I hope you know that an open mind still knows when to shut things out. I wish upon you a brave heart that will always rise above. But most of all, I wish upon you love. 'Cause as the sun sets, well, the moon begins to rise.